Good morning. We are going to do something super fun. So the temperatures are starting to cool down here in Mexico, and what we're seeing is a lot of beautiful monarch butterflies. I wish I could capture it on video, but they're just so fast. Did you know that when these temperatures in the late summer and early fall start to cool down, monarch butterflies migrate as far as 3,000 miles from the northern part of the United States and even Canada all the way down here to Mexico to search for warmer weather. I think the reason that they're so fast and I can't capture them on a video is because the butterfly's flight speed is about 12 miles per hour. And some butterflies can fly up to 25 miles per hour. I was hanging up our laundry the other day and there was a swarm around me, and I was like, oh, I need to get my phone so I can show my friends these butterflies. And I ran into the house to get my phone, and when I came back, they were gone. But just trust me, they're everywhere and they're beautiful. Monarch butterflies' journeys from the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico is about 2,000 miles. Butterflies cannot fly if their body temperature is less than 86 degrees. And so it's important for them to go to a warmer weather. But it's beautiful, and it's fun, and it's inspiring. And today we are going to make one. Butterflies have symmetry. So we're going to use some symmetry to make one today. Let's get started. For this project, you're going to need a long sheet of paper, any paper will work, a pencil. You're going to need some acrylic paint, any kind is fine. You're going to need a paintbrush. You're going to need something to add color later. Watercolors or crayons will work. And you're going to need some heart to put in your art. Go ahead and hit the pause button and collect your supplies. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to hold your paper in a horizontal way, and you're going to fold it in half, holding and folding, lining up the corners, lining up the edges, holding it and folding it right down the middle. Open your paper back up with the line in the middle, a vertical line right in the middle of your paper. We're going to use this line as a line of symmetry, and we're only going to draw on the right side. So grab your pencil, and we're going to draw half of a circle connecting to that folded line, the line of symmetry. You want your circle to be about as big as 3 fingers on your hand. You're going to draw the body of the butterfly next, half. Remember to draw big, fill up your space, and now you're going to add an antenna using any kind of line you want. I am using a swirly line. Next are the wings. We are going to be using 2 types of lines for wings. We're going to use some diagonal lines and then some wavy lines. Your wings can look different than mine. That is okay. We're going to add a second wing underneath, filling up the space of our paper, stretching your lines all the way to the outside edge. I'm going to make my second wing a little bit smaller using some bumpy lines. This is how we only drew on half of our paper. We're going to use our acrylic paint to print it to the other side. So using your paintbrush, you are going to outline your pencil drawing with your paint. And I'm only going to work in small sections at a time, so this allows my paint to not dry. So I'm going to do the head and the antenna first, tracing it with my paintbrush, kind of like I would if I Sharpie. Now I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to fold it on top of my painting and rub with my hands. This is going to take the paint that we just painted and print it to the other side. We call this monoprinting. Wow, I'm amazed every single time. I'm going to continue to do this to the rest of my painting. Outlining and then folding it and folding it and rubbing to press to print on the other side. How about all that art vocabulary? Press, print, outline, good job. The next thing I want to do is I want to add some little designs inside of my butterfly's wing. So I'm going to do that just with my paintbrush. I'm going to paint on one side and then I'm going to use my paper to fold and press just like I did before. Once my painting is dry, I'm going to use some crayons or some watercolors to start to add color to my butterfly's wings and body. So I'm going to use watercolor paints, but I might go back and add some color on top of the watercolor with crayons later. Right now I want mine to look like a monarch, so I'm only going to focus on using the red and orange family. When I paint, I like to use a variety of colors on top of colors, just to create a little bit more dimension within that color family.
Señorita.
Some black to add some dots. I don't know, when I was looking at some monarchs the other day, I noticed how really intricate the design on their wings were. So I'm just going to try to do that myself. And I'm going to paint the torso and the head of my butterfly brown. I decided to add some blues in the background just to complement the orange color of my monarch butterfly. Hope you had fun doing this lesson. I can't wait to see your creations.